Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hello friends, welcome to Entry, India's #1 online study platform. My name is Kamaldeep. In today's session, we'll discuss about DI for IBPS RRB 2020. As you know, in preliminary exam for RRB PO or clerk, your DI will be of 10 to 15 marks. Or you can say 10 to 15 question you will have of DI. So this is very important topic for your selection. Okay, if you want to select in RRBP or RRB clerk, you need to solve these DI questions. So this session will beneficial to you in your exam. So there is a first DI. Okay, this DI is this DI is on pie chart. So study the following pie chart carefully and answer the questions given below. Okay, so you have to read the question and then you have to give the answers. First of all, there is a person named Prince was in USA. COVID-19 was widespread. He came to India on Monday, 6 July 2020. Okay, this first date is 6 July 2020. He came to India. The next date is he was tested and found positive on Saturday. The next date is 11 July 2020. So from 6th July to 11th July, how many days are there? There are 5 days. Within 5 days, from Monday to Friday, he came in physical contact with 900 people. So clearly here it's mentioned there are 900 people who contacted with him, or he was in physical contact with 900 people, whose number for each day is given in the pie chart. Now, on Monday, he was in contact with 18% of this 900. So if you want to calculate the total number of people in Monday, you will calculate 18% of this 900. Okay, this one is for Monday. For Tuesday, you will calculate 24% of this 900. Okay, for Wednesday, you will have 16% of this 900. On Thursday, you will have 15% of this 900. No need to calculate this. Whenever we required in the question, we'll calculate this. And on Friday, you have this 27% of 900. So if you add all these, you will get actually total 900 value. Okay. Now move to the next one. Out of those whom he came in contact with during these 5 days, only 40% were found positive. Okay. Means out of these 900, there are 40% people who were found positive. Means there are 360 people who are positive, who are COVID-19 positive, tested after 3 days on Tuesday 14 July 2020. You know, he was tested on 11 July 2020 on Saturday, but these people are tested on 14 July 2020, and out of those 900, there are 40% people, and 40% of 900 will be 360. So there are 360 people who are positive for COVID-19. Okay. Now next line. Each person who was found positive came in physical contact with one on an average of 12 uninfected people each day. Okay, means one positive, it means one positive person is in contact with 12 person each day. 12 person on each day. Or clearly mentioned here, there are 12 uninfected people who are contact with one positive person. So if one person is contacted with 12 uninfected people in one day, so there are 3 days here. Okay, from Saturday to Tuesday, there are 3 days: Saturday, Sunday and Monday. So in 3 days, how many people one could have contacted with? So there are 12 in one day. Now in 3 days, he will contact with 36 people. I hope this concept is clear. If one positive person contact with 12 person in one day, then in 3 days he will contact with 36 people. Now there are 360 positive people. Clear? There are 360 positive people. Now if I ask you how many people these positive 360 positive people contacted with. So you will say, sir, there are 360 positive and one positive person is contacted with 36 people. So you will get 36 square. 36 square is 12960. How many people are there total? 1296 people whom they are contacted with. So 12,960 people are there whom they are contacted. I hope this concept is clear. Now move to the question number first. What is question number first? What percent more people Prince came in contact with on Friday than on Tuesday? This is a very simple question. On Friday, how many people are there? So we will say there are 27 people on Friday. So on Friday, 27%. So I'll write it as 27%. On Tuesday, because you are comparing with Tuesday, so on Tuesday, how many people are there? So there are 24 people. Done. Now he has asked how much percent more people on Friday he contacted than Tuesday. So there are 27% on Friday and there are 24% on Tuesday. So how many percent more? So you can say 3% more. So 3% more than what? 3% more than 24%. What is percentage? Percentage increase or percentage more? You will say 3% more. 3% more than what? Then 24% into 100. So you will get required answer 1 by 8. And what is the value of 1 by 8? 1 by 8 is 12.5%. So answer of the first question will be 12.5%, and this one is the right answer. I hope this question is clear to you. Now move to the next one. What is the next question? So next question is also very easy. How many people he infected before being found positive? Okay, how many people he infected before found positive? Okay, now move to the first slide. So he said to you, they are asking you to find how many people are positive now with him, with whom he is contacted before he was diagnosed with COVID-19. So clearly you can say there are 40% people who were found positive. Okay, there were 40% people who were found positive out of 900. So out of 900, 40%, so 40% of 900 will give you 360. So 360 will be the right answer for this question. So your question was how many people he infected before being found positive. So there are total 900 people, and out of those 900 there are 40% who are positive. So clearly you can say there are 360 people who are positive, and this one is the right answer. Clear? So 360 is the right answer for this question. Now move to the next one. Question number 3. So read the question. Okay, a ratio of men to women he came in contact with on Wednesday was 4:5. Okay, so men to women ratio is 4:5. On what day? On Wednesday. You know, total 900 people are there. Of 900, 16% are contacted on Wednesday. This one is given here. So clearly you can see there are 144 peoples. There are 144 people who are contacted on Wednesday. If you find out total according to this ratio, you will get total equals to 9, because there are 4 men and 5 women on Wednesday. So total you will get 144. Total you will get 9. But according to question, you have this value is 144. So can you say this 9 is equals to 144? If this 9 equals to 144, how much? This is 16 times. So just multiply this by also 16. You will get 64, and this by 16 you will get 80. So there are 64 people, and there are 64 men and there are 80 women who are contacted on Wednesday with that man. Done? Clear till here? Now move to the next line. Number of men who were above age 50 were 40% less than those who were equal to or below age 50 years. So there are two points here. First, below 50 years, below or equal to 50 years, and one point is greater than 50 years. So clearly he has said there are 40% less people, 40% less people, 40% less than those who are below 50 years or equal to 50 years. So let these people be 100. If there are 100 men whose age is less than or equal to 50, then what will be the people whose age is greater than 50? So these will be 40% less. So 40% less, 40% of 100 will be 40. So just subtract 40 from this, you will get 60. So just take the ratio, you will get 3:5. It means there are three people or three men actually. He's talking about men actually. So there are three men whose age is greater than 50 or more than 50, and there are 5% or 5 men whose age are less than or equal to 50 years or below 50 years. So according to this equation, you will get total 8 men. Okay, there are total 8 men. If there are total 8, so this 8 can be equated with the 64, because on Wednesday there were total 64 men. So this will be 8 times. So you will get 40 here and you will get 24 here. So 24 people are whose age are more than 50, and 40 men are there whose age are less than equals to 50. Done. Now what you have to find, none of the men are equal to or below 50 years of age was found positive. Means these people, these 40 men are not found positive. Means these are negative or COVID-19 negative. How many men were found positive? It means these all 24, these are positive. So what will the answer this question? This answer will be 24. One more time we'll discuss this. A ratio of men to women was 4:5. So you have written here 4:5. Now on Wednesday, there were 16% people who were contacted. So out of 964, 16% will be 144. So you distributed this 144 in 4:5. So you will get 64 men and 80 women. Done. Now next line was, the number of men whose age were above 50 years were 40% less than those who were equal to or below age of 50 years. Okay. So according to this, you get this ratio 3:5. If there were 5 people or 5 men whose age were below or equal to 50 years, then there will be 3 men whose age will be more than 50 years. Done. Now according to question, this 3 plus 5 will give you 8, but this 8 will be equals to the 64, because you have total 64 men on Wednesday who contacted with that person. Okay. Now this 8 unit equals to 64. Now 1 unit will be equals to this 8, or you can say this 8 is 8 times of this 64 is 8 times of 8. Okay. So this 5 will be also 8 times, you will get 40. This 3 will be also 8 times, you will get 24. Done. Now there are 24 men whose age is more than 50 years, and there are 40 men whose age is below 50 years or equal to 50 years. So clearly he has said none of the men equal to or below 50 years was found positive. Means these all are negative for COVID-19. Below 50 or equal to 50, these all are negative for COVID-19. So how many men now you have left? You have left only 24 men. These 24 has age more than 50 years. So these all would have been found positive. So what would be the answer for this question? 24 would be the answer. I hope this concept is clear. Now move to the next one. What is next question? On Monday, the number of men he came in contact with were 35% of the number of women. Okay. So you can say number of men equals to 35%, or you can say 35 upon 100 of women. Now this women is multiplying here. So you can say men upon women is equals to This 35 will cancel out by 7 times, and this will cancel out by 20 times. So 7 by 20. Or you can say the ratio of men and women on Monday was 7 is to 20. And total will be 27. Clear? Total will be 27. Now, on Monday, what is total? On Monday, you can see here there are 18% people who contacted with him. And what is total? Total are 900 into 18%. You'll get this 162. So according to this question, you have 162 people who were contacted on Monday. So you can say this total is equals to 162. So this 27 equals to 162 means 6 times. So this will be also 6 times. You will get 120 women, and this will be also 6 times. You will get 42 men. Okay. Now move to the next line. All the men whom he came in contact with on Monday were found positive. It means these 42 men, because you have only 42 men here, so these all 42 men are found positive. These all are positive. Now move to the next line. And number of women who were found positive were equal to the number of men. Clearly he is saying, so clearly you can see there are 42 men who were found positive for COVID-19. There were 42. So he has said the number of women are equal to number of men who found positive. It means there will be 42 women who are also positive for COVID-19. Okay. So if there are number of women, there are 42 women who are found positive. So how many people were found negative from the people he came in contact on Monday? So on Monday, he came in contact with these 42 men. These all were found positive, so they cannot be negative. Or out of these 120 women, 42 are also positive. So you will minus this 42 from 120, you will get 78. So these are 78% who are negative. Okay, or clearly you can say these all are women actually, because all the men were found positive. Done. So these 78 women, or these 78 total people are negative, who found negative on Monday. Now move to the next question. What is next question? Out of all the people who came in physical contact from Saturday to Monday with those who came in physical contact with Prince and were found positive, only 45% were found positive. When tested on Wednesday, 15 July 2020, how many people were found positive on 15 July 2020? For solving this question, you need to understand that question once again. Okay, so you have to move to here once again. So here there were 360 people who were found positive. Clearly you have said that there were, okay, let me clear this all. So we'll do this once again. There were total 900 people. Okay, there were total 900 people who were who came in contact with this Prince. Okay, and out of those 900, you get this 40% positive. So what will be 40%? So you said those positive will be 360. So there were 360 people who were found positive out of those 900. Okay, now these 360 people also contacted with another people, and out of these 360, one each person is contacted with 36%. I have already told you in the starting, because one person was contacted with 12 uninfected people on each day, and there were 3 days. So in 3 days, if one person is contacted with 12 people in one day, then in 3 days he will contacted with 36 people, and you have total 360 person. So how many people are there who are contacted, these 360 people? So one person is contacted with 36, then 360 will contact with, then 360 into 36, you will get 12960. because 36 into 36 is 1296 and there is 10, so you will get 1296. These are total contacted persons. These are total contacted persons. Okay, how many are those? 12960. So now move to the question. What was the question? So we have the question, how many people were found positive on 15 July 2020 out of those contacted? So we all know these are 12960, and out of these how many were found positive? So there are 45 persons, there are 45% who are found positive. So can you say 12960 into 45%? Okay, now tell me one thing, what will be 10% of this? So we'll say, so 12%, 10% of this will be this 1296. So just think about this. What will be 40%? So 40% will be somewhere around more than 4800, or this is approximately you can say 1300. So your 40% will be approximately 5200. Okay, or somewhere between 50 to 5100 to 5200. So it means you have to find actually 45%. So your answer cannot be less than this 5100 or 5200. So there is one option only, 5232, that is more than this 5200. So what we will get, you will get this 5834 is the correct answer. I hope this question is clear to you, and this was the latest question on COVID-19, and maybe this type of question you can also see in your exam. Okay, so try to solve this once again at home. Okay, now move to the next one. What is the next question? So there is another question you have. This question is also based upon RRB clerk preliminary exam. This question is also based upon RRB clerk preliminary exam. Okay, so just read it once. So what is the question? The following pie chart shows the percentage distribution of expenditure incurred in publishing a book. Okay, so means you want to publish a book. Suppose your expenditure is 100 rupees. Okay, if you want to publish a book, suppose you have this 100 rupees as your expenditure on publishing the book. Now study the pie chart and answer the questions based upon it. Now what is in this pie chart? There are various expenditure in percentage incurred in publishing a book. So publishing a book, what do you need? You need some printing cost, you need some transportation cost, you need paper cost, you need binding, you need royalty, you need promotion cost. So all these combined costs will give you this expenditure 100 rupees. This value I have let this be 100 rupees. So if I want to find what is printing cost, so you will say 20% of this 100, so you will get 20 rupees. So what is your printing cost? Printing cost will be 20. Done. Now suppose if you want to find the central angle, for this transportation cost, so as you know, at the center of circle your angle is 360 degree. Okay, now this at the center of circle, what is the angle? Angle is 360 degree. Or what is this total pie chart? What percent of this total pie chart? So we will say this is 100%. So can I say this 100% is equals to 360? Always remember your total value will be equals to 360 degree, or it will be equals to your 100%. So you can say total equals to 100%, and this 100% will be equals to 360 degree. Now you have to find this transportation cost. What is this transportation cost? This is 10%. So just remove this 10, you will get 10%. 10% will be equals to this 36 degree. So if you have to find any central angle, okay, so you can also find that by using this equation. 100% equals to 360. So you can easily find 10% equals to 36 degree. So I hope this pie chart is clear to you. Now move to the question number first. What is in question number first? If for a certain quantity of books the publisher has to pay this rupees 306,000 as printing cost. So according to this pie chart, you have this printing cost, what, 20%? Can you see this 20% is equals to this 30600? 30600, this one is 20%. Okay, because this one is your printing cost, and printing cost is given 20%. So on 20% you are spending 30,600. Now what will be amount of royalty to be paid for these books? So you have to find what amount he has spent on this royalty. So see here in this pie chart, you will see royalty he is spending 15%. Now this 20% is this equals to 30,600. Can you say 1% equals to this 30,600 divided by 20? Now you have to find this 15%. So this is known as unitary method actually. So now you know 1% value of 1%. Now 15% will be 30600 divided by 20 into this 15. So you will get 15%. So clearly you can see here this 0 will cancel out by this 0. Okay, and this you will get 1530. Now 1530 into 15, you get 15 into 3 is 45, 4 carries, 15 into 5 75 plus 4 79, 9 carries, 15 15 ones are 15 plus 7 22. So you will get this 22950, and this one is the right answer. So I hope this question is clear to you. Okay, this was very easy question, and you will see in the IBPS RRB clerical exam, in preliminary exam, you will see these type of question. Okay, so actually you have to calculate this very fast. Your speed should be fast. That what matters in the exam, because you have only 45 minutes, and those 45 minutes you have to attempt actually 80 questions. Okay, so questions level would be easy to moderate. So you just need to speed up your calculation. Okay, you need to calculate your question very fast. That's what they need. That's what these exam need from you. Okay, now move to the next question. Question number 7. What is question number 7? He's asking you, what is the central angle of the sector corresponding to expenditure incurred on royalty? What is the central angle of sector of royalty? What is the central angle for royalty? Clearly you have done already that 100% is equals to this 360 degree. Okay, so what will be 10%? So we'll say, sir, 10% will be 36 degree, because 10 will cancel out 10. So what will be 5%? So 5% is half of this 10%. So we'll say this will be 18 degree. Now add this. So can you say this 15% will be equals to this 54 degree, and this 15% is your royalty. Okay, what is this? This is your royalty. Royalty is 15%, and what will the value of 15%? You'll get 54 degree. So 54 degree is the right answer. I hope this concept is clear to you. Now move to the next one. What is the next question? This is very easy also. The price of a book is marked 20% above the cost price. Okay, let your cost price is 100. So what will be your MRP? What will be your mark price? He's saying 20% more than CP. So 20% more than 100, it will give you 120 actually. So if your CP is 100, your MRP will be 120. Done? Now, if the mark price of this book is rupees 180, then what is the cost price? Cost of paper actually. You need to find cost of paper used in single copy of book. You don't have to find this cost price. Actually you have to find the cost of paper. So just see here, what is the cost of paper? This one is the cost of paper. Paper cost is 25% of this CP. Then if your CP is 100, then what will be your paper cost? So we'll say 25% of this 100, so you'll get 25. So actually you have to find the value of this 25. Clearly you can see this 120 is given here 180. So 20 equals to 180, what will be 1 unit? 1 unit will be 180 divided by 120. So what will be your 25 units? Then 25 unit will be 180 divided by 120 into 25. Okay. Now this will cancel by this 15. Now 15 into 25, you will get 375 divided by 10, you will get 37.5. So this one is the answer. So B option is the correct answer. Once again, he has asked you to find this paper cost. So how will you find the paper cost? First of all, he has given you that your mark price is 20% above the cost price. So I told you, let the CP be 100, your cost price be 100. If cost price is 100, your mark price would be 120. But according to question, this 120 is equals to this 180. So I told you to find the value of 1 unit. So your 1 unit will be 180 divided by 120. Now you have to find paper cost. Paper cost is 25%. Now 25% of 100 will give you 25. So you have to find the value of actually 25 units. So 1 unit equals to this 180 upon 120. So your 25 unit will give you 180 divided by 120 into 25. It will give you 375 divided by 10, and you'll get 37.5, and that is the right answer. I hope this question is clear to you. Now move to the next one. Question number 9th. Okay. What is in this question? So you have given, if 5500 copies are published and the transportation cost on them amounts to rupees 82500. Okay. Now this 5500 copies will cost you 82500. So if I'll ask you, what will be cost of this one copy? So we'll say just divide 82500 with this 5500. So clearly you can see here, 00 will cancel out this 00. Now 55 will cancel this 825 by I think this one is 1. You will get how much? You will get 27. You will get 275 actually. So 55 into 5 is 275. So this one is 15 times. So I can say CP of one copy or cost price of one copy is 15 rupees. How much? 15 rupees. So cost of one copy is 15 rupees. Then what should be the selling price of the book? Okay. What should be the selling price of the book so that publisher can earn a profit of 25%? So you need to find actually profit on one copy. You have to find actually the selling price of the book. So selling price of book, how many books? Only one book. So you have find the cost price of one book. The cost price of one book is 15. Now you have to find the profit. You are getting 25% profit. So what will be this? 15 into 25%. You will get 3.75 rupees. So this much profit he will get on this 15 rupees. So if I'll ask you what is the SP, so we will say SP will be CP plus profit. Your cost price is this 15, your profit is this 3.75, so you will get 18.75 rupees. But you'll get 18.75 rupees. And what will be the answer? This first option is the clear answer. I hope this question is clear to you. Now move to the last question. Okay, last question of this DI actually. There is one more DI. So what is the last question? Question is, royalty of the book is less than the printing cost by. Royalty of book is less than the printing cost by. You have to find this actually. So you have to find royalty is how much percent less than that of printing cost. So clearly you can see royalty is 15%. Okay. Now what is printing cost? Printing cost is this 20%. Royalty is 15, printing cost is 20. How much less this royalty is than printing cost? You can clearly see this one is 5% less. 5% less in terms of this percentage, but 5% of less, 5% less of what? Of this printing cost. So required percentage will be, this is 5% less than of what? Of 20%. Into this 100, you will see this 5 will cancel this 20 by 4 times, and clearly you get 25%, and this one is the answer. So actually this 5% will not be the answer. Always, if you find how much percent less or how much percent more, you have to apply this formula, percentage change. A percentage change will be equals to change divided by your original value, or the value with which you are comparing, into 100. So you need to apply this formula. Where you need to apply this formula? There, whenever you were asked to find how much percent less or how much percent more the value is. Okay, so I hope this concept is clear to you. Now move to the next one. Next one is very important, DI, and these DI always come here in your exams. So what is in this DI? Let me change the pen. First of all, you have two terms. The following graph shows income and expenditure. There are two terms given in here: income and expenditure. Income and expenditure. Okay. If you know about profit and loss, there are two terms there. One is cost price. It means you're spending. And there is selling price. You can say this is your wages or your income. So whenever in the question you will see this income and expenditure, try to convert this income and expenditure into this CP and SP. Okay, so clearly you can see here this CP is your expenditure. Whenever you will ask to find expenditure, you will have to find cost price, and your income is equivalent to your selling price. So now you can apply all those formula, those you can apply on profit and loss. Okay, so similarly you can apply those formula here. So what will be your profit percent? So according to profit and loss, your profit percent will be equals to your profit upon cost price into 100. And what will be your profit? Now profit is equals to your selling price minus cost price. So according to this question, if I have to find profit percent in terms of income and expenditure, so we will say SP minus cost price means income minus expenditure divided by this cost price means expenditure into 100. So your profit percent will be equals to here, percentage profit will be equals to income minus expenditure divided by expenditure into 100. This will be your profit percent. I hope this concept is clear. Now there is one more formula. If you want to find selling price, what is your selling price? So selling price will be CP into 100% plus minus profit or loss divided by 100. So this formula will clearly depend upon the question whether you have given profit or loss. If you have given profit, so we will add 100 plus profit, and if you have given loss, then you will write 100 minus loss. Okay, so I hope this concept is also clear to you. Now we'll use this concept on this DI. Okay, now move to the question. This is very simple DI actually. So you have to find the companies M and N together had a percentage profit or loss of. So you have to find, if you combine the M and N together, what will be they will have profit or they will have loss. So you have to find out that. So see here, this blue is your income. Income means your SP, and this gray is your cost price or expenditure. Okay. Now talk about M. What is your cost price or what is your expenditure? So we'll say M plus N will give you this total expenditure. So in M you were spending 45 and in N you were spending 40. So we'll get 45 plus 40, you'll get 85. So you have spent 85 rupees in M and N. Okay, so this one is your expenditure, or this is your cost price actually. So what is your selling price, or you can say your income for M and N? This is clearly mentioned in the question. You have this 35. This 35 is your income, and this 50. This 50 is your also your income. So you will get 35 plus 50. You will get 85. So if I'll ask you what is his profit or loss, you will say, sir, he was spending for 85 rupees and he's also gaining 85 rupees. So how much profit or loss is gaining? He's gaining profit or loss 0. He spent 85, he got 85. So there is no profit and no loss. So if you find what is profit percent, so we'll say 0 on what? 0 on 85, and 0 upon something will give you 0. It means you have no profit, no loss in M and N together. I hope this question is clear to you. Done. So I have just apply simply percentage profit formula here. Okay, and you will get the answer. Now move to the next question. In 2019, what was the approximate percentage of profit or loss of all 5 companies taken together? Now, in this last question, he was talking about only these 2 companies. Now, in next question, he is talking about all the companies. So, just find the cost price for all the companies. Means you have to find expenditure for all the companies. So, this one is your expenditure actually. 45, 40, this 45, this 30, and this 45. So there are 345 you have. 135, 135 plus 40, 175, 175 plus 30, 205. 175 plus 30, you will get 205. So total expenditure is 205. What will be total income? So just add all these. This 50, this 50, this 50 plus 50 give you 100. 100 plus 40, 140, 140 plus 40, 180, 180 plus 35, 215. You're getting 215. So how much profit you are getting? So if you are spending 205 and you are gaining 215, how much profit you have? You have 10 rupees profit. Okay. Now 10 rupees profit on what? 10 rupees profit on this 205. The 10 upon 205 into 100. So what you will get? You will get simply this 5%. 5% profit. So you will say, sir, how can you just take on this 5%? Okay, you didn't calculate it. So I calculated it in my mind. How I calculated it? So see here, there is a concept. If your numerator is same, then the relation between your answer and denominator is inverse. What I have said, if your numerator is same, then the relation between answer and denominator is inverse. And how is it possible? So see this example here. I am giving one example. Suppose I have to divide this 10 by 1. What you will get? You will get 10. Suppose I have to divide this 10 by now 2. So you will get 5. Okay. Now I have to divide this 10 by this 5. You will get 2. And if I have to divide this 10 by 10, you will get this 1. Okay. Now see here. This one is your numerator. This one is your denominator. And this one is your answer. Okay. This one is numerator. This one is your denominator. And this one is your answer. Now see here. Your denominator is 1. You will getting 10. Your denominator is increasing from 1 to 2. But your answer is decreasing from 10 to 5. See again. Your denominator is 2 here. Now denominator is 5. You are increasing your denominator, but your answer is here 5, and here your answer is 2. Means your answer is further decreasing. You further increased your denominator from 5 to 10. So your answer further get decreased from 2 to 1. So clearly you can see here, whenever you are increasing your denominator, your answer gets decreased. Or vice versa, whenever you decrease your denominator, your answer will increase. Okay. So I hope this question is clear to you. This concept is clear to you. Now move to this. Suppose if I have this 200 instead of 205, so what you will get? You will get this will cancel out by 2 and you will get 5%. Then this will be the answer. And in question you have asked the approximate value. Now this 200 are not given here. Here is given 205. So this 205 is slightly more than 200. Okay, this 205 is slightly more than 200. If this one is more than 200, so your answer will be slightly less than this 5%. You need to find this in your mind. Actually, you don't need to calculate this concept I have already told you. So you need to keep in you have to keep in this in mind. Okay, so now I am saying here, if this 205 is you are dividing by this 205, so your answer will be less than 5%. Why this? Because if your denominator was 200, your answer was 5%. Now you are increasing from 200 to 205, you are increasing your denominator, so your answer will be slightly less than this 5%. So is there any option which is slightly less than 5%? You will say there is no option. Actually, here this one is 5% loss, this one is 10% loss. This both cannot be the answer. This 6.5 also cannot be the answer. So there is one option you have left only with 5%, and that 5% will be the answer. I hope this concept is clear to you. Now move to the next one. Question number 13. Okay, what is this question? Question is, which company earned the maximum percentage profit in the year 2019? Now see here, we will use this elimination method. Now see M. In M, you have spent 45 but you are gaining 35, so you are getting a profit here or loss? Simply you are getting loss, so this cannot be the answer. Now move to the N. This N, this is 50, this is your selling price, or you can say your income. This is your expenditure or your cost price. So you were spending 40 but you are getting 50, so how much profit you are getting? You are getting 10 rupees profit. But 10 rupees profit on what? You are getting 10 rupees profit on 40. So 10 upon 40 into 100, you'll get this 25%. In N, you are getting 25%. Now move to the P. In P, this one is 40, this one is 50. Sorry, 45. Clearly you can see you were spending 45 but you are getting 40. So you will have a loss here. So you cannot gain here. So this cannot be the answer also. So now you have left only last option, this Q. So M is also cancelled, P is also cancelled. Now move to the Q. Now you have spent 30 rupees but you are gaining 40. So how much profit you will get? You will get 10 rupees. 10 rupees on what? 10 rupees on 30. So this 10 upon 30 into 100, how much you get? You get 33.33. So clearly you can see this 33.33 is more than this 25%. So this is the answer. So Q company is earning the maximum profit in the year 2019. I hope this concept is clear to you. Done? Okay, now move to the next one. Question number 14. If you have any doubt, please ask it in the comment box. I'll try to answer this question in your comment. Okay, now next question. For company R, if the expenditure had increased by this 20% in the year 2019 from the year 2018, the company had earned a profit of 10% in the 2018. What was company's income in 2018? Okay, what is saying? For 2019, your expenditure has been increased in R by 20%. Means, suppose in 2018 your expenditure was 100, then in 2019 what would have your expenditure? So it would have increased by 20%. So you will get how much? So you will get 120. So this would be your expenditure. But according to question, your expenditure is 45. When this 120 is equals to 145. So if 120 is equals to 145, what will be your 100 equals to? Your 100 will be equals to 45 upon 120 into 100. Do not solve this, just keep it here. Okay, just keep it here as this one is your cost price or your expenditure in 2018. Done? Now you have to find what was company's income in 2018. So when your profit was 10%. So in 2018 you were getting 10% profit. Okay, so if you were getting 10% profit in 2018, what would have been your income? So I've already told you, if you have to find your selling price, what is the formula for selling price? Selling price would have been 100 plus minus percentage profit or loss divided by 100. This would be the formula. Clearly you know the CP. What is your CP? CP is this 45 upon 120 into 100. And what will be this? So your profit is 10% here. So I'll say 100% plus 10%. So you will get 110 divided by this 100. So this 100 will cancel out with this 100. Now you'll get this 0 will cancel out by this 0. Now 40 this cancel out by 15. This will cancel out by 4. So you'll get 165 divided by 4. Okay, so you'll get 4 1. So this will be the answer 41.25. But you'll get 41.25 rupees is the answer. Let me explain this once again. What was in the question? He was asking you have to find what was the company's income in 2018. So he has given for the company R, if the expenditure had increased by 20% in the year 2019 from 2018. So in 2018, suppose you have this expenditure 100 rupees. So in 2019, you would have 120 rupees. But according to this data, this 120 is equals to this 45. So clearly you can say this 100 will be equals to this 45 upon 120 into 100. This will be CP. Do not solve this equation here. Okay. Now you have to find income. Income means you have to find selling price. What is selling price? So I have told you this formula. Selling price equals to cost price into this 100 plus minus profit percent or loss percent divided by 100. Okay. Now your cost price is given here. This 45 into 120 into 100. So I have written this here. Now this profit is given 10%. So 100 plus 10%, it will give you 110. 110 by 100. This 100 will cancel out by this 100. You'll get 45 upon 120 into this 110. So you'll get, by cancelling out this, 165 by 4 will give you 41.25, and that is the right answer. So I hope this concept is clear to you. Now move to the next one. Question number 15. Okay, what is the question number 15? If the income of company Q in 2019 was 10% more than income in 2018, this is similar to last question actually, but now he is talking about income here. So let in 2018 this income would be 100, then in 2019 it would have been just 10% increase, it would have been 110 in 2019. Okay. Now in 2019 he is talking about company Q. So his Q, this income is 40 actually. This one is income, this one is your expenditure. So this 110 is equals to 40. So what will be your 100 equals to? You will get 40 divided by this 110 into 100. Okay. So this will be your income actually. Income means your selling price. Clear? Now the company had earned a 20% profit in 2018, then its expenditure in 2018. Clearly you can see your SP would have been CP into this 100 plus this 20 divided by 100. So I can say your SP would have been equals to this CP into 120 upon 100. Or I can say from here your CP would have been 100 upon 120 into your SP. Okay. So this SP is also given to you. This SP is 100 upon 120 into SP is here. This 40 upon 110 into this 100. Clear? You know this formula. I have already told you this formula in the last concept, in the last question, this one. Okay. So this SP equals to this CP into 120 by 100. Then your CP will be equals to 100 upon 120 into this SP. This SP is given to you. So no need to write this formula in the exam. I am just writing it to make you understand. Okay. So now solve this. You will get this 0 will cancel out this 0. This 0 will cancel out this 0. This 4 will cancel out by this. This 12 will cancel out by this 4 by 3. So you'll get actually, let me write it here, 1000 divided by 33. So what you will get? So 33 divided by 100, you will get 3. So all of these are given here. So you'll get 3. Now you will left with 10. Now you have to take a point. So here this will be 30 and another point, this will give you 100. So this will be 30.3. So this one is the answer actually. So what you will get? You will get 30.30. This one is the right answer. So this was quite similar to the last one. Okay, there was a difference actually, a difference of income. In the last question, the previous question, you have to find the expenditure. In this question, you have to find the income. So that is the only difference, and otherwise it was similar to that question. So I hope today's lecture you would have enjoyed it a lot, and this will help you in your preliminary exam of IBPS RRB clerk. Even in PO, you can see quite similar this type of similar questions also in the PO. So I hope this one is clear to you. So please, there is an announcement for you. Okay, what is the announcement? Announcement is attempt free daily quiz, a daily live IBPS RRB rank booster quiz on our entry app. This quiz can help you to improve your marks, improve you improve your speed. Okay, and it can also improve your confidence. If you will get more marks, your confidence will be higher, so you will get, your chances of selection will be higher also. So please attempt this free daily live IBPS RRB rank booster quiz daily. It will be live at 10 a.m. Okay, so you have 15 question daily and you have 15 minutes. So please follow this link will be your link will be in the description. Please click on that link and you will get the daily quiz. Okay, if you like the video, please like then this video. Also comment if you had any doubt, or if you need any help, you can comment also. And please share it as much as you can. Okay, so thank you very much to watch this video. Thank you very much. I'll meet you in the next video. Thank you.